Hey everyone, let me take you back to the year 1912, the year Arizona officially became the 48th state of the United States, and nearly a century later, in 2008, the U.S. Mint honored Arizona's rich beauty and history by releasing a stunning state quarter that might just be sitting in your pocket right now. But what makes this quarter even more exciting? Some versions have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and a few with rare errors. They've reached prices of up to $10,000. Let's explore exactly why. This coin was released in 2008 as part of the 50 State Quarters program, which celebrated each U.S. state with a unique design. Arizona's quarter proudly displays two of its most iconic symbols, the mighty Grand Canyon and the towering saguaro cactus. The cactus stands tall in the foreground, with the Grand Canyon stretching behind it. You'll also see a ribbon that reads Grand Canyon State, and below it, the year 1912, marking Arizona's official entry into the Union. Now here's something cool. The saguaro cactus doesn't actually grow in the Grand Canyon area, but it was placed in the design to represent the state's larger desert identity. So the coin is more about spirit and symbolism than geographical accuracy, and that's what makes it beautiful. Let's talk numbers. The U.S. Mint produced about 244 million of these quarters, so you'd think they'd all be common, right? Not quite, because some of these coins were struck with rare mint errors that make them extremely valuable today. Here are the most sought-after error types on the 2008 Arizona quarter. 1. The extra cactus leaf error. This is the most famous one. Some coins show an extra leaf or strange line near the bottom of the cactus, especially on the left side. This happened due to die gouges during production. These errors can sell for $300, $800, even $2,500 plus, depending on condition. 2. Double die reverse, DDR. This is when part of the image, like the cactus or text, appears doubled due to a misaligned die strike. Collectors pay $1,000 to $3,000 for clear DDR examples. 3. Off-center strikes. If the whole design is shifted off to one side, that's called an off-center strike. Mild ones sell for a few hundred, but the more dramatic it is, the more it's worth, more up to $2,000 or more. 4. Wrong planche errors. Extremely rare. That's when the Arizona quarter design is mistakenly struck on the wrong metal blank, like a nickel planche or foreign coin base. One such coin sold for nearly $10,000 at auction. Even a regular Arizona quarter in mint state, MS-68 or MS-69, can bring in $50 to $200 just for its high quality. So why do collectors love this coin? Because it captures the essence of Arizona, the desert beauty, the Grand Canyon, and that bold cactus silhouette. And when you add a rare error on top of that, it becomes a must-have in any serious collections. Let me show you a coin that looks wild, and I mean that literally. If you've ever come across the 2008 Alaska State Quarter, you'll notice a massive grizzly bear front and center, holding a salmon in its jaws. But what most people don't notice is that some versions of this coin have sold for thousands of dollars. Yeah, one of these little quarters could be worth up to $12,000 if you know what to look for. So let's break it all down. Why is this coin so popular? And more importantly, what kind of rare versions make it so valuable? First, some background. The Alaska quarter was released in 2008 as part of the U.S. State Quarters program. It celebrates Alaska's admission into the Union. In 1959, that's why you'll see 1959 on the coin. It was the 49th state, and this coin captures its wild, powerful identity. Now the design is incredible. There's a fierce grizzly bear, Alaska's state animal, standing in a river, catching a salmon. That image isn't just symbolic, it's real life up north. You'll also see the words "The Great Land" written on the coin. That's Alaska's nickname. And honestly, it fits perfectly. So yes, the design is beautiful, but let's talk value. The U.S. Mint produced over 254 million of these coins. That's a lot. So how can a common coin be worth thousands? Simple answer: rare minting errors. These are the versions collectors go crazy for. And if you find one, you could make serious money. Here are the top errors to look out for on the 2008 Alaska quarter. Double die reverse, DDR, where the salmon, bear fur, or lettering appears doubled. These can go for $3,000 to $5,000. Depending on clarity. Off-center strike. The whole design is misaligned. The more off-center, the higher the value. Some have sold for $800 to $2,000. Clipped planche. Part of the coin is cut off during minting. These are rare and can reach up to $1,200. And ultra-rare examples. like wrong planche errors, where the Alaska design is struck on the wrong metal. One of these sold for over $10,000, with another listed near $12,000 at auction. It's wild, just like Alaska itself. And here's what makes this coin even more interesting for collectors. The grizzly bear and salmon combo has deep meaning. It represents survival, strength, and natural abundance, qualities that connect with people emotionally. That's why even ordinary versions in mint, condition, MS68 or above, can sell for $50 to $150 just because of their pristine state. Now imagine combining that symbolism with a rare mint error. Boom. You've got a coin that serious collectors will bid big to own. So what should you do? Simple. Whenever you get change, look at your quarters. Flip them over. If you see that grizzly bear from Alaska, don't ignore it. Check it closely. Zoom in on the salmon, the bear's fur, the letters. You might just spot something valuable. Thanks for watching. If you love learning about rare coins, how to spot errors, and how to make real money from pocket change, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe. I'm uploading more deep dives and showing you how to hunt for hidden treasures every day. Until next time, keep checking your change. You might be one coin away from a small fortune. So let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at a 2008 New Mexico quarter and just thought, hey, it's just another coin? Well, you might want to take a second look, because this little piece of metal could actually be worth thousands of dollars. I'm not joking. Some versions of this coin have sold for up to $15,000. Let me tell you exactly why. First, let's talk about what this coin really is. It was released in 2008 as part of the U.S. State Quarters series, and this one represents New Mexico, also known as the Land of Enchantment. That phrase is actually printed right on the coin, and when you look closely at the design, it's pretty cool. You'll see the outline of the state, with ancient trade routes running through it, and right in the middle is the Zia sun symbol. Now that sun symbol isn't just decoration. It comes from the Zia people, a Native American tribe, and it holds deep meaning. It represents the circle of life, 4 directions, 4 seasons, 4 times of day, and 4 stages of life. So already this coin has serious cultural value. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The U.S. Mint produced over 488 million of these coins. Yes, almost $500 million, but most of them were used in daily transactions. Only a small number survived in perfect condition, and even fewer have rare mint errors. Now let's talk about those rare errors, because that's where the money is. If you find a double die version, where part of the text or image appears slightly doubled, that can easily go for $5,000 or more. A coin with an off-center strike, where the design is printed incorrectly and slightly shifted, can be worth $1,000 to $3,000, depending on how dramatic the error is. There are even clipped planche coins, where part of the coin is literally missing. Those can sell for $500 to $200. And then there are ultra-rare examples like proof strikes on the wrong planche. These have been known to go for $10,000 to $15,000 at auction. Collectors absolutely love this coin. Why? Because it tells a story. It's not just money. It's a piece of history, a piece of culture. And when you add a minting error on top of that, it becomes a collector's dream. Some of these rare versions have been spotted on eBay, sold at heritage auctions, and even picked up by private collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for something truly special. So next time you get change back from the store, take a second and look. If you see the New Mexico quarter, check for errors. It might just be your lucky day. And who knows? Maybe you're holding on to something that could be worth thousands. If you want to learn how to find coins like this, how to spot the rare ones, and how to turn simple pocket change into real money, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I've got tons more videos coming, and trust me, you won't want to miss them. Thanks for watching. And hey, you never know what treasure you might be holding.